Good evening, Bahamas, and Merry Christmas. You're tuned into NB12, broadcasting from Cable 12 Studios on Robinson Road. Coming up tonight in news, the Boxing Day Junkanoo Parade pushed back because of rain, how the new judging system will work, another illegal Haitian sloop apprehended in Bahamian waters, government officials urging charity this holiday season, and the Salvation Army gets a boost, all because of you. I'm Paige McCartney, and it's Christmas Day. NB12 starts right now. Merry Christmas and welcome once again to NB12. The 2013 Boxing Day Junkanoo Parade is just hours away, and as is tradition, dozens of Junkanoo groups will rush down Bay Street, but the weather heading into the night will cause things to kick off hours later than usual. According to Chief Climatological Officer in the Department of Meteorology, Michael Stubbs, a frontal system is moving over the northwestern Bahamas, which will cause light showers between 7 p.m. and 1 a.m. Boxing Day morning. Stubbs said the front will drift toward the central Bahamas and out of the way in time for the traditional midnight start of the parade, and that the wind should not exceed 15 to 20 knots per hour. But even though the Met Department advised that the parade should not be affected, the Junkanoo Management Committee has decided to push the start of Junkanoo back to 3 a.m. According to JCMP Chairman Silbert Ferguson, the pushback will mean all groups will take one lap on Bay Street and one lap on Shirley Street, as opposed to the usual 2 laps on Bay, and now the parade won't end until at least noon tomorrow. Well, it's too early to tell just how it's all going to shake out, but we can tell you how the big boys will come out of the gate. The Shell Saxon Superstars, the current New Year's Parade champs, will be kicking off and setting the tone for the parade with the theme, the Taj Mahal, the Beauty of India, an Empire of Beauty, Love, and Grace. Prodigal Sons will be looking to improve on last year's 6th place finish. Hitting Bay Street second, the group will be bringing the theme 40 years of independence, still proving that it's better in the Bahamas. In a very comfortable position, One Family is next out of the gate with a voyage of discovery around our family of islands as we rediscover our Bahamas at 40. One Family will be followed by the Music Makers, also bringing a Bahamian theme to Bay Street. The Music Makers drew arguably the best number, coming out of the gate 4th. And next to hit Bay Street will be Roots Junkanoo Group, which will be taking the crowd through the decades of Bahamian music. Well, that leaves the defending Boxing Day champions, the Valley Boys, who will be closing out the 2013 Boxing Day Parade. Left with number 6, the Valley will be bringing from China to the Bahamas a magnificent display of China. And here's a quick look and rundown of the New Year's Day Parade order of entry. Saxons will be out first again, followed by One Family, then the Roots, Music Makers out 4th, the Valley Boys out 5th, followed by Prodigal Sons. Well, not only the start time will be different for Junkanoo this year, the parade's judging system has undergone a major overhaul. In this report, our Jasmine Monami takes a detailed look at how the new system will work.
For years, Junkanoo judging has remained the same, but officials say there are major changes on the way, and the 2013 Boxing Day Parade will be the trial run. Over the past few weeks, the various Junkanoo committees announced those changes, revealing the groups would be scored out of a maximum number of points. Chairman of the Management Committee, Douglas Hanna, also revealed that unlike previous years, the identity of judges would be revealed prior to the parades. This, according to Hanna, is key in making the entire process more transparent.
This whole idea of secrecy for judges will be done away. Everyone will know who are the judges for the Junkanoo parades this year. This is the first year of changes. We may have some challenges, but we think we're going to work through all of them.
Another aspect of the new judging system addresses the number of judges. There will now be 90 judges, 30 in each of the 3 categories. Advanced judging began last week, according to Hanna.
This year, we will have what we call some advanced judges. That is persons who are experts or professionals in the areas of music, dance, and the art and culture. and we already had a judges course for the other judges, but this group of judges for this Junkanoo season will be made up mostly of persons who are expert in those areas. Once all of the groups have drawn their entry into the parade, then the parade management officially takes over until after all of the protests have been done, and the parade is an official parade for the 2013-2014 season.
But the changes are not sitting well with everyone. In a press statement released last month, leaders of the Valley Boys and the Shell Saxon Superstars claimed they had not even voted on the changes. But officials are forging ahead with the changes. This, as Hannah says, the partnership between the various Junkanoo committees are stronger than ever.
Every year we work closely with the JCNP to ensure that we have a smooth running of the parade.
Reporting for NB12, I'm Jasmine Bonamy.
While the two major parades will happen here in the capital, ministry officials say mini parades will be held on several family islands over the next few months. Director of Culture, Dr. Linda Moxie Brown, says the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture will help put out the parades in half a dozen family islands.
We cater to the entire Bahamas as far as the Junkanoo program is concerned, and all things culture. We also have the other family islands who are involved as well.
She adds that parades will also be hosted in Grand Bahama, Abaco, Eleuthera, Andros, Anagua, and Exuma. Those parades will be held between December and June. In total, the ministry is expecting to spend just over $3 million to host the various parades across the country. Also tonight, Immigration and Defense Force officials confirming that yet another illegal Haitian sloop has been found in Bahamian waters. Reports are that this latest sloop was apprehended at around Harvey Key in the Exumas this morning. Defense Force personnel were en route this afternoon to pick up what's being reported as more than 100 illegal migrants on board. There are no reports of loss of life. We're told that those migrants will be brought to Coral Harbor Base between tonight and tomorrow. Of course, be sure to tune in and we'll keep you updated. Well, as many celebrate Christmas and other season holidays throughout the Bahamas, there remains a specter of desperation for many who are still suffering through the country's rocky economic recovery and high unemployment, along with strained government resources. The reality for thousands appears not to be lost on some government officials, though, a few of whom released Christmas messages explaining that though this has been a rough year for the country in general, better days will hopefully come in the new year. Minister of Foreign Affairs and Immigration and Fox Hill MP Fred Mitchell called 2013 the worst year in recent memory.
As a politician and being in the House of Assembly since 2002, I've never actually felt it this way. People have housing issues, there's unemployment, and the one that really gets me is that someone who has been receiving national insurance payments all along, had her national insurance payments cut drastically by almost $500. And I can't imagine what pain that would cause to have such a huge cut take place overnight. And we've been trying to get it rectified.
However, Mitchell pledged that the Christie administration, which has promised to turn the economy around, is committed to looking out for those less fortunate.
Michael Halkitis, the Prime Minister, and the team at the Ministry of Finance have done a good job in keeping down expenses. But we need investment, we need inward money. And so we're doing both things, cutting back and then trying to get fresh investment. At the same time, we're trying to be sure that the social safety net makes sure that no one starves and that everyone has adequate housing. So we're going to get there. Yes, it's been a tough year. But I always believe that you have to have a hopeful message, that every day that you get up, you put your feet down and you go forward, that you got to be positive in this life, as hard as it seems. And for young people, as long as you're healthy, just keep going forward and never give up. For the not so young, the older persons in our society, know that people like me in positions of leadership think every day what we can do to help you make your life better.
Well, in her Christmas message, co-chair of Urban Renewal and former Deputy Prime Minister Cynthia Mother Pratt appealed to businesses and churches who might employ extra people during the holidays to consider hiring more young Bahamians in order to get them off the streets and reduce the level of crime on the streets.
I'm appealing to you to remember those young men and young women in our traditional urban areas who are seeking employment. These young men and young women are very promising Bahamians who are seeking help at this time. They have families, they are willing to work, they are decent young Bahamians. Many of them are tainted because of others, but there are many who we know of that are very intelligent young Bahamians who are seeking work.
Mother Pratt also urged those who might be more prosperous than others this Christmas to help those in need.
Open your hearts. Don't shut up your bowels to the people in need. One little boy, if you can help one out of 1,000, it's worth the effort. If you can help one, it's better than not helping any at all.
And Minister of Social Services Melanie Griffin also urged Bahamians who were better off to give a little more this season.
Let us remember those who live in poverty and the most vulnerable among us, our children, our older persons, our persons with disabilities, the sick, the shut-in, and those who have lost loved ones, and try to make the season brighter for them as best we can.
And in his Christmas message, Governor General Sir Arthur Foulkes calling for Bahamians to give the gifts of kindness, gratitude, and generosity this holiday season. He also called for people to reach out to those who are vulnerable and visit those who are often forgotten.
Imagine what it would be like this Christmas, especially as our country is going through difficult times, if more of us committed ourselves to a greater outpouring of kindness. These kindnesses may not cost much in terms of money, but we will be that much richer as a community if we took the time to be more considerate, more civil, more giving, and more compassionate. Furthermore, who knows, but that this might help to turn back the tide of anger, crime, and antisocial behavior which threatens our society today.
The Governor General said Bahamians should celebrate what's good about the nation, particularly what young people are achieving. He also said Bahamians should remain hopeful. Stay with us. When MB12 returns, thanks to your help, the Salvation Army was able to keep Christmas bright for some Bahamian families. We'll tell you more about that and other stories when MB12 comes right back.